All right, let's get started. Today, I'm going to share with you how you can get unemployment if you're self-employed. This includes independent contractors, sole proprietors, and gig workers. You're not going to want to miss this. You've heard right. The United States government is extending unemployment benefits if you're self-employed. That includes artists, musicians, hairdressers, landscapers, Uber drivers. In fact, nearly 45 million Americans may now be eligible for unemployment benefits during these difficult economic times. Are you eligible? How much money will these benefits be? How can you apply for these benefits? I'm going to share with you the answers you need to know and the most important things to consider about your money. The new law signed by the United States government provides three main benefits. Number one, unemployment insurance to those who have been traditionally ineligible. Number two, an additional $600 a week on top of regular unemployment benefits. And number three, an additional 13 weeks of benefits beyond what's provided by your state. To be clear, the money available if you're self-employed is for people who are completely unemployed, partially employed, or unable/unavailable to work because of everything going on with the current health crisis right now. Who is eligible comes down to if you're out of work or not. If the shop where you cut hair is closed, then you are eligible. If they canceled your performances, events, projects, then you are eligible. Basically, if you're stuck at home and cannot earn money because of everything that's closed down right now, then you are eligible. However, if you are working and still earning most or all of your income, even if it's remotely from home, then you are not eligible. How much money these benefits will pay out will vary by state. This means that even though the federal government is passing these new laws, it is still up to the state where you worked to facilitate your unemployment application and distribute your money to you. I'll give you a for example. Here in New York State, the maximum weekly unemployment benefit amount is $504. But in Florida, the maximum weekly benefit is $275. I'll include a link down below with those maximum benefit amounts for all 50 states, so check it out. Let me be clear that the amount available because of these new laws is $600 per week on top of regular unemployment benefits provided by your state. So it's $600 per week plus whatever your state pays combined. Moving on. How you can apply for these benefits is currently problematic, to say it nicely. Over 10 million people applied for unemployment just last month, and that does not include many self-employed people like you yet. The state unemployment offices are understaffed for this massive wave of people applying for benefits, and many of their online systems, phone systems, they're just not integrated yet with these new laws. So, can you apply for unemployment if you're self-employed? The answer is yes. But I can't stress this enough. Be prepared for a long and confounding application process right now. We're talking, you're on the phone, you're online, the website's not loading, you're on hold, you can't get through. I cannot stress how long this is taking many close family and friends of mine right now. For example, one close friend reported that the online portal wouldn't even load. It just keeps spinning and spinning. Sometimes they'll work, and then when they start filling in the file, they'll hit submit to go to the next page, and it'll just like kick them off. Now others, they were saying they were able to get online, but then they actually couldn't figure out how to fill in the forms because the forms aren't updated for the self-employed. And some of the worst stories that I'm passing along because they're real and happening came from people that were told that they needed to call in to verify something about their application. No joke, they literally said that they called hundreds of times before getting through. And then when they get through, they're on hold for a long time. And then they get disconnected after they hear a message that all agents are busy, please try again. They just get bumped off the call after waiting all that time. Now I'm here to offer some hope because I've heard that many of the states are getting their systems updated and they're adding more people as quickly as possible to help get everyone their benefits. What I can offer you is some guidance filling out the online forms and the documentation you're going to need to have ready when applying. Quick disclaimer, each state's application is a little bit different, but this information should help guide you if you're self-employed. And I don't want to lose anyone here, so let me say that this next part will specifically be helpful when you're online filling out your unemployment application. First, when you get to a part of an application that asks how many employers have you worked for in the past 18 months, simply select one employer if you were only self-employed and had no other employment. Remember, you are your own employer because you're self-employed. Next, if you're self-employed and don't bring in income another way, then answer no when it asks a question like, other than part-time work, on-call work, or owning a single-family rental unit, are you engaged in any activity which brings in income? Just remember, your main source of income is being self-employed, and you are shut down right now. And even if you are working part-time somewhere else, you can still apply and may earn partial unemployment benefits. Next, you can leave blank sections of the application that ask for the Federal Employer Identification Number, the EFIN, or the State Employer Registration Number. Just leave these parts blank. And if there's a section where they ask for your most recent employer's name, address, telephone number, then you put self-employed for the employer name and either your business or residential address and phone number in those two sections. I understand that these steps may feel strange while filling out the application online, but they should help your state recognize that your application is for a self-employed person, and that should help you get your money as quickly as possible. Hopefully, that last part made sense because filling out the application isn't as straightforward as we all would want it to be. When you see your application, just rewatch this part of the video. Now, if you have to call in, take a deep breath here. Be prepared for a marathon, not a sprint. In terms of the best time to call, there isn't one right now, and I am sorry. I've checked many of these websites and they keep updating with do not call unless we ask you to messages simply because of the enormous amount of people applying. It's understandable. They want as many people as possible applying online, but some of you may still need to call for one reason or another. Another thing to keep in mind is that some states are trying to organize people who need to call by last name. So A through F on Monday or O through Z on Wednesday. For the rest of you, you might think that Thursday and Friday afternoons are somewhat better times to try calling, but just damper your expectations. Remember, no matter what, you're just gonna need to be persistent and try to keep a level head while calling until you're able to file your claim. Also, I recommend gathering all the things you need to file your claim before hopping online or calling. For example, you're gonna need your social security number, driver's license number, your bank account and routing number for direct deposit. You may also need to create an online account with your state to file online. So be prepared to select a password, security questions, verify your email, and all of this is before you actually end up applying using the online portal. A final thing to keep in mind is that the federal government is encouraging states to relax the requirements for getting the regular unemployment benefits. Let me explain. For example, you usually have to wait a week before getting paid, but many states are waiving that requirement and are going to pay you for that first week. Also, you usually have to prove that you're actively looking for employment each week, which is also being relaxed by most states. Now, you will need to check in each week online to let the state know that you are still not employed, and it's that weekly check-in that generates the payments to you. Your benefits are retroactive to the date you stopped working, so if you are having a terrible time applying, rest assured that once you finally get through, then everyone who is entitled will get their benefits accordingly. One wrinkle I wanted to bring up, in case this happens to you, the new benefits we discussed come from the new laws, right? Yeah, and strangely, it literally says that you must apply for and be determined ineligible for regular unemployment benefits in order to apply for the new benefits. Now, I can't believe you really have to apply and get denied just to get the opportunity to apply again for the new benefits. However, be prepared for some sort of second application, maybe for the new benefits that are coming from the new federal laws. That is, if you're initially deemed ineligible for regular unemployment benefits. Just a heads up if that happens to you, and don't get discouraged. Hopefully it becomes smoother each week and then those checks start rolling in. Speaking of checks, it is unclear if the additional $600 will all be in the same check. I've seen people posting their regular benefits are being paid, so it might end up being combined or separate payments. But eventually, you should get both the amounts generated by the state and the additional $600 per week. By the way, there are two other major benefits available for self-employed people and small business owners that we have not discussed. To be clear, these are completely separate from unemployment benefits, but could be very valuable to a lot of people. We're talking about two separate loans that could be 100% forgiven. Now that's all I want to say. I don't want to waste your time or confuse anyone. These are separate from unemployment. So if this video gets like 1,000 likes or views, or if you just let me know in the comments that that's something you want to know more about, then I will put together a separate PPP and EIDL video. No problem. Okay, let's recap. Self-employed Americans who were not traditionally eligible for unemployment benefits may now apply and get paid from the state where you work. This includes independent contractors, sole proprietors, and gig workers. These benefits are temporary and will last for the next few months during these difficult economic times. Those eligible will get an additional $600 per week on top of the regular state-provided unemployment benefits. Also, these benefits can be extended an additional 13 weeks beyond what's already provided by the state. You should file your application online, and I'll include a link down below directing you to your specific state's website. If it happens to you where you're directed to call to apply for benefits, then be prepared to redial countless times until you are able to reach someone. It's a very good idea to gather all the necessary information you need before you sit down to apply or call so that the process goes as smoothly as possible. Typically, it takes a few weeks for your money to be deposited, so don't expect the funds right away. You'll need to check in each week to maintain your benefits, and this money is considered taxable income, so it's a good idea to check the boxes to withhold federal and state taxes if you're looking to avoid any unexpected tax bills next year. Now, it's best to use this money to take care of your necessary expenses and stay afloat during these difficult times when you are out of work. It's also a good idea to talk with a tax professional if you're not sure how to proceed. This legislation is brand new and we don't know all the rules yet. All right, let's wind this thing down. Please help each other down in the comments. Some of you are going through this and you could know a little bit more than somebody else, and just help each other, please. Also, I did want to say thank you to all the people who helped me with this episode. Steve, Lisa, Bill, Terry, Stacy, and Adam, thank you. In fact, Adam has his own amazing YouTube channel, so I'll include a link to that here. And it was Adam's text message about this topic that started me down this rabbit hole yesterday. Anyway, check out Adam's channel, and thank you so much for the support from all of you. I just started this channel a few weeks ago, so I really appreciate all the encouragement, everyone who subscribed already. It really helps keep me going, and it makes me want to do even more videos like this, so thanks again. If you did stay to the end, we launched a private new Facebook group for people who love talking money and helping others learn about their finances. Feel free to join, and you'll be one of the first members so you can help craft exactly what this community is going to look like. All right, as always, I'm Rich, and until next time.